Piedmont International University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm Kyle Bond as we get you set for PIU and the University of the Cumberlands. It'll be the 8th game of the season here for Piedmont International as they won last night against Bob Jones University 70-55. A big win here for Piedmont, but they got to come right back around in less than 24 hours and do it again here at home. We will get you ready for this ball game with starting lineups and some stats for you as well as we take a look at the Patriots of the University of the Cumberlands before tip of this game in just a few minutes right here on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
Over the past few years, Piedmont International University has been moving up the ladder in both state and national rankings in a variety of categories. I am excited to announce yet another award as Piedmont was recently recognized for having one of the top 10 best online master's degrees in leadership in the entire United States. Other universities in the top 10 list include schools like Johns Hopkins University, Gonzaga University. An award like this does not come without an excellent curriculum, outstanding faculty, affordable tuition, and flexible online delivery that utilizes cutting-edge innovation and maximizes the use of technology and the internet. Piedmont's faculty are noted for their professional guidance and instruction, as well as their relational care for each and every student. Our students are the most important ingredient to the success of our leadership programs. And graduates of these programs are doing amazing things, as many have been recognized for their exceptional leadership as school administrators, ministry leaders, medical practitioners, military personnel, pastors, entrepreneurs, business leaders. Allow me to share just a few examples of what some of our leadership graduates are doing. The list includes the CEO of a major automobile manufacturing factory here in the United States, the chancellor of a nationally known public university, the national HR director for a major grocery store chain, the administrator.
All right, with just a few seconds here before tip-off between Piedmont International and the University of Cumberlands, this is Kyle Bond with you to bring you today's game right before the national anthem. We'll get you the starting lineups. First for Piedmont International, Tamir Glenn, a point guard, 6 foot from here in Winston-Salem, wearing number 1. He will start at the points, which is a bit of a surprise considering he has come off the bench a couple times this year. Nash Carter, the team's leading scorer, scored 28 points last night. Wearing number 3, he'll start as well. Marcus Ingram, a forward from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Troy Mix, who scored 17 points in the wins last night. And Colton Bishop, a 3-point specialist. We'll give you the Cumberland starting lineup in just a moment here. First, the national anthem. Rage. 1, 2, rage. 1, 2.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energy.
Lineups for Piedmont International, now for the University of the Cumberlands. It will go It's an interesting lineup because the Patriots today are a bit thin, and that is going to be a storyline for this ball game moving forward. Their starters today, Malik Colvin-Selden, a combo guard forward, 6'8", a junior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Will Gary, a guard from Lexington, Kentucky, a senior at 6'1". Bernard Samuel, a combo guard at 6'5", a senior from Charleston, South Carolina. And Eric Duncan, a guard from Stockton, California at 6'2", a senior. That does not include a pair of very important names to this University of Cumberland's team. That would be Anthony Eves, who is out with disciplinary issues for a violation of team rules, and Chance Morton, who is injured today with a high ankle sprain. Morton, the second leading scorer on this team, averaging 15.4 points per game, and Eves, the third leading scorer on the team, averaging 13.9. So the Patriots are missing their second leading scorer and third leading scorer. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Bernard Samuel, their leading scorer, who averages 16.2 points per game. And they don't have much behind him scoring-wise. Malik Colvin-Selden will be the only player here, aside from Duncan, who averages double figures, available today for the Patriots, who stand at 7-2. They were receiving votes in the NAIA Top 25, but with a loss to Central Pennsylvania by 2 points last time out, that will likely fall off. So this Patriots team is quite talented, but they are missing a couple of key figures. Again, the starters for Piedmont International, it's Glenn, Carter, Ingram, Mix, and Bishop. And for the Patriots, Colvin-Selden, Gary, English, Samuel, and Duncan. A couple of names to keep an eye on for the Patriots. Coming off the bench, you will see Trayvon LeBranch, a 6'4" combo guard from Miami, Florida, who averages about 5 points per game. You'll see Taylor Glover, who is their outside threat and a defensive presence. A redshirt senior, very experienced player from Somerset, Kentucky. Doesn't have great scoring numbers, but certainly does play good defense. And Leroyce Eason, a senior from St. Louis, Missouri. The Patriots have been out on the floor for a little bit now. The Bruins break their huddle and come out as well. For the center tip, it will be Marcus Ingram for the Bruins and Malik Colvin-Selden for the Patriots. Just waiting for Will Gary to finish tying his shorts before we get set. And we are ready to start the ball game. 20 minutes on the clock. Tip is up, and it's won by Colvin-Selden of the Patriots. And the Cumberlands will start with the basketball. All the way straight into the left corner for Ingram. Ingram swings it back around top to Carter. Carter here to Mix. All the way around. They go inside now to Antoine Robinson, who actually starts. Sorry, that is for the Bruins. First for the Cumberlands, it's an outside three from Samuel, and that's off the mark. They pull it down, and it's rebounded by Bishop. Colton Bishop dribbling well outside the three-point arc. Bishop to Carter. Carter guarded by Will Gary. They come inside to Troy Mix. Mix loses the basketball, and it's out of bounds to the Patriots. Mix spilled to the floor, but no foul called. It's a turnover. Still no score. Each side has had a possession. And bringing the ball up is Eric Duncan. Duncan across the midcourt line, right through the Bruin logo in the middle of the basketball court. An open three thought about by English. Instead, he goes inside to Colvin-Selden, and we have a foul on the floor. Foul is going to be on Troy Mix, his first. And the Patriots will inbound the basketball just caddy corner right. They go into Marcus Ingram, who dribbles inside the three-point arc, kicks it back out. Now a dribble drive from Gary. Gary puts up the layup. No good. It's an offensive rebound by Colvin-Selden, and he puts it back for two. The game's first points with a minute gone by. It's Cumberland's up 2-0. Across the midcourt logo, it's Colton Bishop. Bishop dribbling on English. And here is Mix. Mix well outside the top of the key. Now he dribbles just inside the three-point arc, loops it back out to Tamir Glenn, who will reset. 11 on the shot clock. Glenn dribbling on English. English guarding him. Glenn goes all the way in, misses the layup, but Ingram is there for the offensive rebound and the putback. So two apiece, thanks to an offensive rebound on either end. It's Samuel here in the right corner. Dribbles around the three-point arc, guarded by Bishop. They go inside to Colvin-Selden. His layup is no good, but a foul, and he will go to the line for two. Almost 2 minutes gone by. It's two apiece. The foul is on Marcus Ingram. His first, the team's second. So here is Malik Colvin Selden at the line. His first free throw is good. Colvin Selden steps all the way back outside the three-point arc, now comes back to the free throw line and receives the basketball for his second free throw. Colvin Selden makes the second, and he's got all 4 of Cumberland's 4 points. They lead 4-2. Bruins bring the ball across the midcourt logo again. It's Bishop running the point. He gets it to Carter, who loses the basketball but collects it in the corner before it goes over the midcourt line. Now he dribbles all the way into the paint, loses it again. It's recovered on the floor by Samuel, and the Patriots will try to break. Here's Gary. Gary to the right wing for Samuel. Back out top, a 3 is no good for English. Front iron no good, and it's brought down by Colton Bishop. Bishop quickly inside the three-point arc, brings it back out. Now here's Carter on the right wing. They get it inside to Marcus Ingram, who is guarded closely by Colvin Selden. That's a mismatch for the defense. Here's Bishop, who drives in across the free throw line, and his layup off the glass and good. Colton Bishop with his first 2 points of the ball game, and it's 4 apiece. Quickly down the other end, both these teams like to play basketball at pace. Here is Samuel. They go inside to Colvin Selden, and it's stolen away by Ingram, and a foul back the other way. That's the first foul on the Patriots. Could not see who that foul was on. Either way, it's a foul on the Patriots, the first of the game. Here is Bishop across the timeline. The ball is lost by Mix. They go quickly the other way. The Patriots layup, no good by English, and it's tapped back out by Mix. Here now the Bruins will try to break. Here is Glenn out top the three-point arc. He pulls it back, and the Bruins will reset. 20 on the clock, on the shot clock. Just under 17 to go here in the first half. It is 4 apiece. Here is Nash Carter, dribbles in, a long 2 is good. Nash Carter, who had 28 points in the win last night, gets his first 2 of the ball game. It's 6-4 Bruins. Here's Colvin Selden, drives in, 2-on-1, layup is good. Colvin Selden, the tallest player on the basketball court. He has all 6 now of the Patriots' points, tied up at 6 each. Nash Carter running the point. He goes inside to an unguarded Ingram, but a travel as Colvin Selden came back in on defense. Ingram went up for the layup, and he traveled instead of putting the ball on the floor before going up. So a turnover for the Bruins. 6 each. The Patriots will get a chance to take the lead now. Colvin Selden comes off the floor, and in for him is Leroyce Eason. So Eason, the first off the bench for the Patriots. Also in Taylor Glover. He replaces Will Gary. Here is Eason out the top of the key. They go inside now to English. Back over to Eason for a mid-range jumper at the right block. It's no good, but an offensive rebound to English. His layup is no good as he falls to the floor, and it goes out of bounds to the Bruins. English wanted a foul, but none given. 16 minutes to go here in the first half, 6 each between Piedmont International and the Cumberlands. It is Bruins ball. Tamir Glenn with it, well outside the three-point arc off the left wing. Here is Robert Neal, who's off the bench for the Bruins. He hands it off to Bishop outside the top of the key, who is guarded by Glover. He gets a screen here from Neal, dribbles around it. Long 3 from the right wing is good. Colton Bishop, his first 3 of the afternoon, first 3 for either team. It's 9-6 now, Bruins with the lead. Patriots with the ball. Here's Taylor Glover, the redshirt senior off the bench. Duncan in the right corner, now out top to Samuel, he drives in. Kick out to Glover, now back out top to Samuel, they reset. 10 on the timer, an open 3 in the left corner. It's a line drive 3 for Glover, no good. Offensive rebound, Eason. They try it again, a 3 for Samuel is no good because he traveled. The referee says he traveled on the catch with a jump stop. And that's a turnover. 9-6 Bruins with the lead and the basketball. Off the bench for the Bruins now into the game, Mahmoud Omar, 6'10" forward from Dallas, Texas. And it's lost out of bounds by Nash Carter, who just could not handle the pass across the midcourt line, and a turnover by Piedmont. Here is Eric Duncan bringing it across the midcourt line for the Patriots, down 9-6. 15 minutes to go in the first half. On the right wing, here's Samuel. He gives it to Duncan, who drives in, cut off by 2 men, and it's to Eason, who could not finish, but an offensive board and putback for Trayvon LeBranch, who's off the bench and in. It's 9-8 Bruins with the lead. And the basketball, Tamir Glenn will reset. 20 on the shot clock. He's asking for a screen, gets it from Neal, and it's turnover. He could not get the basketball past Bernard Samuel. Quickly down the other end, layup no good by LeBranch, and the Bruins survive the break. 9-8, 1-point lead, 14-14 to go. Quickly inside to Neal, and he puts it up for 2. Robert Neal off the bench for his first points. It's 11-8 Bruins. 14 minutes to go here in the first half. Out top, here's Glover. They swing it around inside the left corner. Back out top for Glover. It's lost off the midcourt line and an over and back. That was Leroyce Eason who tried to throw it back out top to Taylor Gover. And Gover, it went right over his head. Couldn't collect before the midcourt line. So Taylor Gover with a turnover. And here is Antoine Robinson off the bench for the Bruins as head coach Josh Howard rotating players. They go into Omar, outside to the left corner. A 3 for Neal is no good, and it's brought down by Gary of the Patriots. Quickly down the other end, they go to Gover, inside to Colvin Selden, who's back in the game. Swing it around, thought about a 3, was Duncan in the left wing. He drives in and is fouled by Omar. Third foul of the ball game for the Bruins. They say it is a shooting foul as Duncan went up for the layup. He'll be at the line for 2. It's the first foul of the game on Omar. First free throw for Duncan is a high arcing 3 that doesn't even draw iron and falls in. 11-8 now. 11-9. One more to come. No good. It comes off the back and then the front iron, brought down by Omar. So Duncan goes 1 of 2 at the line. It's 11-9. Bruins ball. Jumper at the free throw line, no good for Carter. And it's brought down by Duncan. Patriots quickly the other way. He drives coast to coast, goes in. His layup is off the side of the backboard. And we get an injury timeout as Malik Colvin Selden couldn't even make it across the midcourt line. Looks like he may have turned his left ankle as he's helped off the court by a pair of teammates, putting no pressure on his left foot. So that's a big loss for the Patriots, as Malik Colvin Selden has been an athletic presence down low for the Patriots. He's already got 6 of the 9 points scored by the Patriots, who are already without Anthony Eves and Chance Morton, 2 big scorers for the Patriots. He's going to go to the locker room putting no pressure on that left ankle. We're back in play now. Nash Carter with the basketball, driving one-on-one with Gover. His layup's too short, and Gover strongly brings down the rebound in traffic. Well done by Taylor Gover. They go quickly down the other end. Will Gary count it, and he's fouled. So Will Gary ties the game at 11 each, and a chance for the Patriots to take the lead. Could not see who the foul was on. May have been Mahmoud Omar, which would be his second. The free throw is good for Gary. He completes the 3-point play, and it's 12-11. The Patriots have taken the lead. Tamir Glenn brings it across. He plays point. Gets a pair of screens from the 2 big men. Dribbles around the 3-point arc on the right wing. Now he's cut off and has to hand it off to Antoine Robinson. Still time, 15 seconds on the shot clock. He gets a screen from Omar and then spills in the lane, who he's tripped by Will Gary. No, they say the foul's on Kashif English. That's his first, team's second. And it'll be inbounded under the hoop for the Bruins, 20 on the shot clock. Glenn to inbound. He gets it in to Carter. Carter, 3 from the right corner, too short, and it's brought down by English for the rebound. 12.5 to go. Patriots with a 1-point lead and the ball. Left corner 3 is in and out for Taylor Gover, and the Bruins board the miss, bring it down the other end. Glenn out top, hands it to Carter. Carter, they go inside to Omar. He tries to find Neal, but his pass kicks off a Patriots player, and it's a turnover. Quickly down the other end, Cumberland's. Here's English. He resets out top to Gary. Inside for the easy layup to Bernard Samuel for two. Timeout, Josh Howard of the Bruins. Piedmont, who had an 11-8 lead, suddenly find themselves down 14-11 here with 12 minutes to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it to 14-11. Cumberland's with the lead here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live. Kyle Bond with you here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where the University of the Cumberland's Patriots lead 14-11 over your PIU Bruins. Not to be confused with Cumberland University, who is also a member of the Mid-South Conference in the NAIA, which was admittedly a bit of a trip-up trying to prepare for this game. But nonetheless, we have the University of the Cumberland's Patriots, and a turnover here by the Bruins off the inbound. As Timir Glenn turns it over, he'll take a seat on the bench, replaced by DeAndre Moore. Moore, 5'7" out of Madison, North Carolina. Patriots will inbound it under a little bit of token pressure from the Bruins. They do play full court press, but the Patriots break the press. Here's Will Gary dribbling down the other end, and they'll reset out top with Eric Duncan. Duncan into the left wing to Samuel, gets it back. Now around the other side to Gary, gets it back. They're just swinging it around the three-point arc. Cross court, now to Duncan at the top of the key. He cans a three. 17-11, the Patriots on top. This is a 9-0 run for the Cumberlands. 11-19 here in the first half to go. Here's Neal standing on the three-point arc. He gets it to Colton Bishop back in the game. Bishop guarded closely by Will Gary. Bishop dribbling. Here's Robinson. Robinson dribbles across the three-point arc. Layup is good. Nice move by Antoine Robinson, who dribbled all the way from the left wing across the free throw line, and his layup is good. So here the Patriots have a 17-13 lead. Throwing it around the three-point arc where they have some space. Samuel to the right corner to Gary. They go inside to Colvin Selden, who is back in the game after injuring his ankle and is fouled down low. So that is the sixth foul on the Bruins. The next one will send the Patriots to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Thought we had an inbound. Refs pull it back. Here we go. Bernard Samuel will inbound it for the Patriots. He gets it out to Duncan. And now to Gary, who will reset on the left wing. Here is Samuel. They go inside now to Trayvon LaBranch, and the basketball on the discard is lost out of bounds. LaBranch tried to kick it back out from the right low block, and he throws it out of bounds. So a turnover for the Patriots. Bruins will get it back down 4 midway through the first half. 10:24 on the game clock. DeAndre Moore hands off to Bishop. Bishop dribbling now back to all the way up to the Bruin logo at midcourt. Loses the basketball. It's collected by Neal. Back to Bishop inside the three-point arc. 8 on the timer. Nice discard to Robert Neal, who came streaking across the right lane and in for 2. Neal with 4 points in the ball game. It's 17-15. Bruins have cut it to a 2-point deficit. Here's Colvin Selden, shut off on the left corner. They go inside. The Bruins completely lost Bernard Samuel, and he has an easy layup, easiest of his career. 19-15, the Patriots lead. Bruins have it. Here's Troy Mix, and an offensive foul off the ball called on Robert Neal, I believe. The 7th foul on the Bruins. And the Patriots will get the ball back. Cumberland's head coach, Donnie Butcher, a long-tenured head coach, calling a play. Out top, here's Duncan. They go left wing, Gover, back to Duncan. Three-pointer just off the mark, and it comes down to the Bruins. They're going to try and push it. Here's DeAndre Moore. Kick it back to Bishop, and Bishop resets. They go inside to Neal, cut off by 2 men. Still gets a layup up, but it's off the mark, too short off the glass. And brought down by the Patriots. 19-15, 9 minutes to go in the first half. The Patriots go right inside to Colvin Selden down low, and he is fouled by Troy Mix. That will put Colvin Selden at the line for a 1-and-1. It's the 2nd foul on Mix, if our tally is correct. And Colvin Selden, who has a pair of free throws already in this game, will go to the line, try to earn the bonus. 19-15 the score. Cumberland's Patriots on top by 4. 9:04 to go in the first half. He hits the first and earns the second. That's 7 points now from Malik Colvin Selden. Surprised to see him back out on the court so quickly after he was helped off thanks to a turned ankle. Couldn't put any weight on his left foot at all. Helped off by 2 players, but he's already back in the game. Second free throw is good as well. Colvin Selden now with 8 points. Bruins down 21-15. DeAndre Moore playing the point now will bring the basketball up across the timeline. Gets a high screen from Robinson. Moore off to Bishop. Bishop guarded by Gary. Bishop back to Robinson in the right wing, but he's shut off. 15 on the timer. They go looped pass inside to Troy Mix, but it's stolen. The pass too strong. Patriots take it the other way. Trayvon LeBranch across the timeline. He hands it off to Gover. Gover to Duncan, back to Gover, around to LeBranch. Out top, Gover again. 15 on the timer. LeBranch drives in. They kick it back around, over to Gover. Wide open 3 is good on the left wing. Wonderful ball movement, and Taylor Gover hits the 3. It's 24-15. Back down the other end, layup just off the mark for Colton Bishop as the Bruins try to press the issue. Brought down by the Patriots. Gover faked a very long 3. Would have been an ill-advised shot. Now he's got it left corner, decides not to pull the trigger on an open 3. Back around top to Duncan. He drives in 2-on-1 and travel. Donnie Butcher is not happy at the call. He has a word with the referees, but it's a turnover for the Patriots. 24-15. Cumberland's with the lead. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. On the campus of Piedmont International University here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Kyle Bond with you, and the basketball is out of bounds. Taylor Gover tipped it, so it will stay with the Bruins. He wanted a turnover. Just a hustle play by the redshirt senior from Somerset, Kentucky. 15 on the shot clock. Here is Troy Mix, who drives in and draws a foul. They're going to say it's on the floor. Foul on LeBranch, his first, team's 4th. Just a foul on the floor, so it'll be an inbound under the hoop for the Patriots. Carter to inbound. He holds it a long time. Now he gets it into Bishop. His open layup is no good. That's one Bishop would like to have back, as he did well to drive past his defender. Quickly down the other end. Eric Duncan's free layup is no good, but he is fouled hard by Robert Neal, who picks up his second foul, and it'll be 2 shots at the line for Duncan. 8th team foul on the Bruins. A foul count, a bit of a disparity here. First free throw, front iron, and no good. It's 8 on Piedmont International. Just the scoreboard reads 3 on the Patriots. The Bruins seem to be struggling a little bit with the physicality down low of the Patriots. Second free throw rattles in. 25-15, so now a double-digit lead, largest of the game for the Patriots. Robinson will bring it up for the Bruins, eventually to be guarded by Samuel. He drives around to the left wing, gets Neal out top, handoff to Bishop. Bishop guarded by English. He takes a long three, front iron no good, and it comes down to the Patriots. All the way coast to coast goes Will Gary. His layup off the mark. Rebound brought down strongly by Mahmoud Omar. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Colton Bishop draws a blocking foul, driving in on Will Gary. So Gary picks up his first foul. It's the fourth on the Patriots. Good call by the referees, as it appeared Gary was moving backwards, just trying to guard the pace of Colton Bishop. Bruins to inbound under the hoop, just under 7 minutes to go here in the first half, down 10. They get it into the left corner to Bishop. Bishop wants to try and find Omar, but he can't. And instead it goes out top to Glenn. Glenn will reset with 15 on the shot clock. Guarded by English. Glenn dribbles through his legs, now dribbles off the foot of English, and it's a turnover collected by the Patriots. They go quickly down to English. His layup rattles around and falls in. 27-15 the score. Bruins quickly find themselves down 12. Bishop with it, now guarded by Duncan. Trying to find an option, gets a screen from Neal, but the Patriots switch well. Here is Glenn. Glenn, they bounce pass into Omar, but he can't collect it. Turnover, quickly the other way. Go over, lob to Colvin Selden. He pulls it down, layup is good. Off the glass, timeout, Josh Howard. So we will take it with them, 29-15. The Patriots quickly open up a 14-point lead here with 6:05 to go in the first half on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
1, 2, 1, 2.
.05 to go in the first half. The University of the Cumberland's Patriots leading 29-15 here over the Piedmont International Bruins. Bruins have really struggled to score on the offensive end. They have struggled with the size and physicality of the Patriots so far here in the first half and have not been able to find open looks. Here's Colton Bishop, who has 5 points in the game already. Well done inside to Omar Mahmoud. His layup is too short, but he gets his own rebound, goes up with it a second time. That's a better shot, but can't get it to go. Again rebounded, this time by Glenn. His layup off the mark. And finally, the Patriots collect. So the Bruins can't take advantage of a pair of well-earned offensive rebounds. Quickly down the other end, Gover faked the three from the top of the key. And now here is Bernard Samuel with a long three. That one's off the mark. Maybe could have found a better shot there for the Patriots. And a steal almost. Gover almost picked off the telegraph pass by Colton Bishop near the scorer's table, but could not collect, lost it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bruins. New shot clock here at 25. Bishop with it on the far side. He gets it here to Neal. His three-pointer is not good. It's off the mark. Comes down to the Patriots. Duncan with the basketball, drives in on Bishop, and his reverse layup is good. Nice move by Eric Duncan. And it's now 31-15. Quickly, the Bruins go down the other end, and a foul called as Carter went up for the layup. They haven't had much from Nash Carter, who scored 28 points in the win last night over Bob Jones. He's got just 2 so far. But a foul called on the floor. That's a good foul by the Patriots, as Carter would have had an open layup. Bruins will inbound with 20 on the shot clock. They get it to Omar, but well outside his shooting range, and they'll get it back out to Bishop. Bishop dribbling on Leroyce Eason, and it's lost out of bounds. In came Tamir Glenn to try and give Bishop an option, but Bishop too hot with the pass, and Glenn could not collect. It's getting a little chippy down by the Patriots bench. Referee takes care of business. 31-15 the score. Patriots with the lead. 4.5 to go here before halftime. Out top, Leroyce Eason with it. Here's Gover, guarded closely. Left corner, and a turnover. Offensive foul they call on Kashif English. English's second foul. Referees may be trying to even up the foul count a little bit here. Now it's 8-6. Bruins still hold the foul advantage. 31-15. Piedmont with the ball. Nash Carter driving, trying to do it all himself. Spin move down in the lane. Layup, though, doesn't even draw iron. Guarded well by Leroyce Eason down low. Rebound here to the Patriots. They try to go quickly down the other end. Duncan with it out top. He thought about a 3 momentarily. Here's Gover, guarded by Carter, drives in. Now kick out almost back over the mid-court line, but it's collected by English, who saves the possession. 10 on the shot clock. Driving in is Duncan. His layup too strong. Tip rebound by Eason, and they say it's Bruins ball as Eason touched it out of bounds. So an empty possession for the Patriots. 31-15, they still hold the lead. Bruins just trying to find some kind of offensive answer. They have not scored in quite a while. 3:43 to go here in the first half, 31-15. Bishop with the basketball, and a foul off the ball, I believe. Referees are going to talk about it. Oh, and now we have a technical as the referees have to separate the players. Still not sure what the call on the floor is. The referees were talking about it. They, I believe, had an off-the-ball foul, and someone got teed up. Double technicals here. So the technicals are going to offset. I think it was English for the Patriots, got up in somebody's face. The Patriots are happy. And now Troy Mix is going to get a talking to. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Really hard to figure out what the referees have sorted out here. The best guess is that there was a double technical called. It's 1-1 for Mix, so there are no technical free throws. That means it was likely a double technical. 1-1 here for Mix. He makes the first. It's his first point of this ball game. Earns the bonus and makes the second as well. So 2 for Troy Mix after all of that. The foul off the floor earns Mix a pair at the line. It's 31-17. Patriots with the lead and the basketball. They break the press, go inside quickly, spin move for Trayvon LaBranche, but he's got no option. Gets it back out top. Here's Bernard Samuel, drives all the way in and slams it home. Emphatic 2 points for Bernard Samuel, 33-17 the score. Bruins try to go quick. They get a 3 for Neal on the right wing. It's good. Sorry, that's Troy Mix with the 3. Mix answers, and it's fired up here in the basketball gym on the campus of Piedmont International University. 3 quickly down the other end. That's Bernard Samuel, but it comes right back to him. 3 now for Duncan, off the mark, no good. And the board won by Mahmoud Omar. That tall presence of Mahmoud Omar has helped the Bruins in the rebounding game, and now a foul on Bernard Samuel as the Bruins tried to go quickly down the other end. Khalif English back into the game after he took a quick break, as well as Malik Colvin-Selden, who will look to cancel out the rebounding presence of Mahmoud Omar, which has helped the Bruins out on the other end. Here's Nash Carter for 1-1. First free throw is good. 33-21. Carter with another here, looking to cut it to an 11-point deficit, which would be a win here for the Bruins, considering they were really struggling offensively, but now have a chance to cut it back to a single-point deficit if they can get a stop here. Makes the second. So Carter with 4. And here's Eric Duncan for the Patriots. Duncan hands it off to LeBranch. LeBranch to Gover. Gover goes inside to Colvin-Selden, who's working one-on-one with Omar. Goes around him easily, but Omar recovers for a fantastic block. 10 on the timer. The Patriots hold the ball. Duncan goes in 2-on-1. Layup no good, but a foul. Wonderful job by Mahmoud Omar, because Colvin-Selden had beaten him easily with the dribble drive, just put a move on Omar, but Omar recovered and stuffed Colvin-Selden from behind on the layup attempt. 2:18 to go here in the first half. Duncan hits the first. Duncan having a chat with the referee as well as Colvin-Selden, trying to sort something out here before the second free throw. 34-22. Duncan with his second now. And that one is good. So Eric Duncan with 5 points. And it's 35-22, a 13-point lead for the Patriots. 2:14 to go in the first half. Tamir Glenn with it in the right wing. They get it out top to Mix. Mix puts an elbow on Colvin-Selden, drives in. Layup is good, but they call a foul on the floor. That's going to be on Malik Colvin-Selden, who was backpedaling, trying to guard Mix on the drive. So Troy Mix at the line for 2, with both teams now in the double bonus. Foul count rising here as the end of the first half has come to a sputtering halt. First free throw is good by Mix. Both teams shooting it well from the line here so far today. That has helped the Patriots maintain their double-digit advantage. Second now for Mix. Leading scorer for the Bruins with 6 and a chance for 7 here. He makes that as well. 2 at the line for Troy Mix. And the Patriots will inbound. Full court pressure now, legitimate full court pressure for the Bruins, but they back off. Duncan breaks the one-on-one with Bishop. Duncan now has it in the left corner. To Colvin-Selden, he's working one-on-one with Troy Mix down low, trying to back Mix down. Great defense by Troy Mix, who put his hands up, shot no good off the glass. Quickly down the other end, Bruins a bucket. They call no basket, it's a travel. Nash Carter traveled with it on the discard. And in transition, the Bruins turn it over. That was a big opportunity as Troy Mix played outstanding defense on Malik Colvin-Selden, but they couldn't capitalize on the other end. Bishop playing tight defense all the way out near the midcourt line. That's causing the Patriots some trouble. They go inside again, and a foul called. Home fans don't like it as Colvin-Selden was stuffed again by Mix. That's the third foul on Troy Mix down low. Ticky-tack foul at best. Mix did bring his hands down, but it looked like he got all ball as Colvin-Selden went up for the layup. So here's Malik Colvin-Selden at the line. Has a chance to push his total to 9 points if he can make both. First one is nothing but net. 36-24. Patriots lead by 12. Into the game for the first time tonight for the Patriots is Jeremy Stedman, who we thought was going to be out with this game with a virus, but appears he's able to come in for a couple of minutes. Rebound is off the mark after Colvin Selden missed the second. Neal saved it well out of bounds. 2-on-1. The layup no good for Glenn, but an offensive rebound. Robinson's three no good, and it's eventually collected by Colvin Selden. They go quickly down the other end, and an intentional foul is called. That's the right play. Robert Neal held Stedman as he went up for two on the break. Stedman was essentially just cherry picking as both ends are going quickly, but he had gotten behind Neal. Neal wanted to keep Stedman from, actually, I'm sorry, that was Trayvon LeBranch with the attempt. So he's at the line. He's missed the first. 1:11 on the clock here before the end of the first half. Here's LeBranch for the second. And it's good. So the Patriots will get the ball back as LeBranch now with 3 points on the afternoon after he makes one of two. And a 38-24 lead for the Cumberlands. And they will get the ball back here. Not what Neal wanted. You could tell his intent. Just wanted to keep LeBranch from getting a shot off in transition. But instead, it's an intentional foul. Here's Gover. Gover out top to Colvin Selden. He thought about a three, but Neal guarded him well. Jump stop, now gets it off to Gover, who drives one-on-one. Inside to Colvin Selden, who goes easily over the top of Tamir Glenn for two. Double-digit points now for Colvin Selden, who has 11. Glenn quickly down the other end, and he's fouled on the layup. That's going to be, I believe, on Gover. No, they call it on Colvin Selden, I believe. So Glenn at the line for two. His team down 16 here at home. First one front iron and rattles in. The Patriots have found the weakness for the Bruins, and that is their lack of size inside, especially with Mahmoud Omar on the bench, as well as Troy Mix, who has 3 fouls. Glenn's second, that one's good as well. 2 at the line for Tamir Glenn, and it's 40-26, under a minute to go here in the first half. Driving all the way down coast to coast and spilling at the end is Eric Duncan. He gets a layup for 2, and a use it or lose it timeout for the Patriots here at the end of the first half. We'll take it as well, 42-26, under a minute to go. Here on the Bruin Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
Rage. 1, 2, rage. 1, 2.
Floor here, 36 seconds to go. Bruins with a chance for maybe the last shot. There's still just 24 on the timer, so there's about 6 seconds difference. Here's Bishop with the basketball, guarded one-on-one by Duncan. Bishop asks for a screen and gets it from Neal, dribbles around it. Nice pick and roll with Neal. It gets him a mid-range jumper from the free throw line extended, but it's off the mark, no good. 10 seconds to go here. Patriots can get a last shot now. Here's Duncan. He drives in, shut off, but a foul called with 6 seconds to go. That will send Duncan to the line. It's called on Neal, who now has 3 fouls. So 3 fouls on Neal and 3 on Troy Mix, if our count here on the sidelines is correct. Duncan at the line for 2. First one rattles home. 43-26 your score, 6 seconds to go before halftime. We'll see what the Bruins can draw up here down the other end. It would help them actually if Duncan made this. He does, so that will allow them to set something up. Inbound here, grabbed by Glenn. 4 seconds. Glenn goes all the way, tries to find a 3, and he does get the foul. Wonderful job by Tamir Glenn, who was guarded tightly by Trayvon LaBranche and just put up a shot for a 3-point foul. Glenn was originally going to pull the ball down because he knew he was guarded so well, but instead just threw his body into the defender and drew a foul. With 0.5 seconds left, Glenn makes the first. Smart headsy play by the point guard here for Winston-Salem. Glenn's second. That one's off the mark. 44-27. Patriots will likely not have enough time to get a shot off here. Second is good. So 2 at the line for Glenn. And the inbound, there goes the buzzer. 44-28 at the half here. The Patriots with a comfortable lead, but the Bruins able to get a couple before the break. As we will come back in just a minute and talk you through halftime with 15 minutes on the clock here on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
Yeah. Low. Yeah. 360 in the contract. Never that. I just take the contact. I bring it back. I'm running on the fast break. Behind the back. Yeah, this that penny with the shack.
If he's passing me the rock, you might not get it back. They never gave a hand, now they wanna give me that. I don't know where you been. I got fear of God, ain't no fear of man. These them air minios, yeesh, need a pair of them.
LA, man, I feel like magic. LA, I can't stand the traffic. West side for the vacation. Yeah, Westbrook on the isolation.
Yeah. So New York City gotta keep it Mickey Mantle, the bubble jacket with the piffy winkle camo, From Argentina, it's a military issue, And Lloyd said don't mix the pitbull with the shit, so don't do it.
I just threw it off the backboard. Game winner, I'm the one they asked for. Magic. 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 Magic.
Yeah, 4th grade teacher said he need medication.
4 shows, 5 days, I need meditation.
6 feet, Peter Luger made the reservation.
Pass the check right here, no hesitation.
Spotify to show the kid love. I'm like, what a week. Everybody trying to get my plug number for the years. I told my love, baby, we should leave. Then we go and get the fun. That's that Vietnamese. Yeah, so shout out all the single mothers, 2 jobs, 3 kids. I call that a triple-double. Call plays in the huddle. God, I'm in trouble. Shorties want me sub 'em in, and they sure ain't being subtle.
Well, now the hometown kids finally took the tour foreign. I don't never ever chase dreams, man, I stalk them.
At the half here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Kyle Bond with you as Piedmont International trails University of the Cumberlands. 44-28 is your halftime score. As we look at a bit of an overview here from the first half, Piedmont got a couple of scoring chances here with Troy Mix, who appeared to be their best scoring option offensively. He played some great defense as well, but it was clear that Piedmont struggled with the size of University of the Cumberlands, as Colvin Selden was the main offensive threat for the Patriots down low. And even when he went to the bench, they had taller options in Trayvon LaBranche and a physical presence in Eric Duncan. Duncan, more of a ball handler, just at 6'2", but really pressed the issue, was able to drive on the Bruins' interior defenders. A player that helped the Bruins through the first half was Mahmoud Omar. Omar, not exactly a scoring threat, but defensively was able to counteract Malik Colvin Selden's size advantage down low, and Omar worked some pretty hard-earned rebounds down low on the defensive end and even on the offensive side. So that's your overview of the first half. The Bruins with a lot of work to do still. If they're going to want to come back into this ball game, they're going to need more of a scoring threat from guys like Nash Carter and Troy Mix. Carter had 28 points last night in the win over Bob Jones. He has struggled to work anything offensively. We'll get you the scoring totals in just a moment when we come back here on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
Of a number of significant schools and pastors of many key significant churches. Our graduates are demonstrating outstanding leadership in key roles across the country and all around the world, and we couldn't be more proud.
This program is unique in that it addresses three key leadership areas: organizational management, educational administration, and ministry administration.
I would say the payoff is in ways that I never imagined. I never thought I would have such a supportive network. I never thought I would meet such great people who were at different points in their life. I mean, you can be sitting next to someone who's the CEO, and you sit next to people who are doctors. You also sit next to people who are stay-at-home moms who have decided to go back to school. It has enriched me in ways I just never thought a PhD program would.
I have a nuclear engineering technology bachelor's degree. I got an MBA from a secular school, and I knew that there was a whole Christian aspect of leadership. You read the books about Nehemiah, David, Christ himself. And so I wanted to build that into my learning and knowledge, so I started looking for a Christian college.
Piedmont comes across my computer, and they're on the top of all these lists, best this, top that, top 25, top. And I said, okay, this school seems to have a reputation for academic excellence. The professors.
Back here at halftime, 44-28, University of the Cumberland's Patriots lead. Not to be confused with Cumberland University, also a member of NAIA's Mid-South Conference, which was slightly confusing trying to prep for this game. But head coach Donnie Butcher of the University of the Cumberlands has the 16-point lead here at halftime. We'll go over a couple of scoring numbers. These are quite unofficial. Leading scorer for Piedmont International, Troy Mix, who has 7 points, backed up by 4 from Nash Carter, 4 from Tamir Glenn, all 4 of those for Glenn coming at the free throw line. 5 from Colton Bishop, who does have a 3. It's the only 3 in the ball game for the Bruins, and Robert Neal has 4 as well. Neal, not exactly a tall presence at 6'3", but he's done well down low. He had a great pick and roll towards the end of the first half on a 2-on-1 play out at the top of the key. On the other side for University of Cumberland's, Malik Colvin Selden is leading the way with 13. Eric Duncan also with 8. Behind him, Trayvon LeBranch with 3. Taylor Gover with 3 on 1 from distance. And Bernard Samuel with 4. The foul count here, we'll have to keep an eye on this because a couple of players in some serious foul trouble. Most notably for the Bruins, Robert Neal has 4. So he'll have to be careful here in the second half not to pick up one more. 3 for Troy Mix, and I believe one of those 3, if we were able to sort things out correctly here from the broadcast position, one of those is a technical and one on the other side as well. We'll touch on that here in a moment. 2 for Nash Carter, 1 for Nash Carter, 2 for Marcus Ingram, and 1 for Antoine Robinson, 1 for Colton Bishop, and 1 for Mahmoud Omar. On the other side, player in most foul trouble is Kashif English with 3, and one of those also being the technical. 2 for Will Gary, 2 for Bernard Samuel, 2 for Trayvon LeBranch, and then 1 each for Jeremy Stedman, Taylor Gover, and Malik Colvin Selden. That's big with just the 1 on Malik Colvin Selden since he's been the best player on the floor so far. So that's your look at the stats here in the first half. 44-28 is your score. Patriots on top, looking to go to 8-2 on the year and bounce back from what was a relatively disappointing loss to Central Pennsylvania
just about 6 days ago, where they blew a 16-point lead in that ball game and lost 70-68. A couple of minutes before we return here to halftime, we'll pause and come back with the second half on the Bruin Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
The relationships we're building and the leadership program is second to none. I'm able to use every single class I've taken in my business, and my business has grown. Not only my business, but I'm able to do community development and train other leaders, young leaders, middle-aged leaders, older leaders, and then I'm able to pass on leadership abilities and skills, to other people.
This program has a number of key strengths. Depending on which concentration, whether it's education or business or ministry, because it's a terminal degree, a PhD, it opens doors of opportunity. God can use this program in so many different ways. In pastoral ministry, it can open doors to greater opportunities to share Christ in different contexts. In organizational management, it opens doors to new leadership positions. For many of our students, that's been their story. And in educational administration, it has done the same as well.
Since I've been in the program, the flexibility of the schedule, because I had to relocate from one end of the country to the other. I had to go to China for 2 adoptions. Last year, my daughter had open heart surgery. So we've been able to work around that.
PIU students, they walk the talk. The professors, they walk the talk. So they lead by example, and therefore their students just emulate and lead by example in the communities they come from. It's just that simple.
To know that not only are my professors top-notch, not only do they know, everything in their field, they're leaders in their field, they're knowledgeable, they're guiding you, they're praying for you. And to know that makes all the difference in the world.
It's cost effective. It got the goal of having the Christian aspect brought into leadership and how that fits all together, and then the staff support.
But if you make the decision and you decide to come, it's the best decision you'll ever make, and you will not be the same afterwards.
I knew I had made the right decision.
Yeah. Low. Yeah. 360 in the contract. Never that. I just take the contact. I bring it back. I'm running on the fast break. Behind the back. Yeah, this that penny with the shack.
The fees passing me the rock. They might not get it back. They never gave a hand. Now they wanna give me that. I don't know where you been. I got fear of God. Ain't no fear of man. These them air minios. Yeesh, need a pair of them.
LA, man, I feel like magic. LA, I can't stand the traffic. West side for the vacation. Yeah, Westbrook on the isolation.
Yeah. So New York City gotta keep it Mickey Mantle, the bubble jacket with the piffy winkle camel, From Argentina, it's a military issue, And Lloyd said don't mix the pitbull with the shit, so don't do it.
I just threw it off the backboard. Game winner, I'm the one they asked for. Magic.
Back here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where Piedmont International trails University of the Cumberlands 44-28. About to get the second half underway in just a couple of minutes. Kyle Bond with you as the Bruins break their huddle. Head coach Josh Howard has to work around some foul trouble now to add to the 16-point deficit. Most notably, Robert Neal, who has 4 fouls here in the first half. Neal was a useful presence offensively and defensively, although at 6'3", he's not really able to guard the likes of Malik Colvin-Selden, who stands at 6'8" down low. But Neal was a solid presence on the pick and roll offensively, which is what the Bruins need to get back into this game. As the former NBA player has a chat with his team as they look to get back on the floor here momentarily. Both teams into the huddle as the University of the Cumberlands, I believe, no, it will be Piedmont will start with the basketball here in the second half as they hold the possession arrow. As we're ready to go here for the second half, 44-28 is your score. Second half starters will be Colvin-Selden, Duncan, Samuel, Will Gary, and Trayvon LaBranch. So that means Kashif English with his 3 fouls will start on the bench for the Patriots. And for Cumberland's, it is Bishop who has the basketball here. Mix now with it out top. His 3 is back iron, no good. Rebound skies in the air and brought down by LaBranch. So for the Bruins, it is their 5 starters, Glenn, Carter, Ingram, Mix, and Bishop. Out top here is LaBranch. LaBranch gets it to Samuel. Samuel around the horn now for Gary in the right corner. Gary out top for Duncan. Duncan being guarded one-on-one by Glenn. 7 on the shot clock. Duncan drives into the free throw line, kicks it back out. Here's Gary. He's stripped to the basketball, but a foul called. That's going to be on Nash Carter, his second. And a new shot clock for the Patriots. That's a tough break for the Bruins, as they had defended very well to get the Patriots down to about 3 on the shot clock. Well, they're going to say it's a shooting foul. So Gary's going to go to the line. It's a bit surprising. He was stripped to the basketball by Carter, makes the first. One dribble, holds the basketball for a while. It's back iron, no good. So 1 of 2 at the line for Will Gary. It's 45-28. Here's Glenn. Glenn driving in, had some space on Samuel, but gets it out instead to Bishop. Bishop goes in strong, but his layup is too short, and it's brought down by Colvin-Selden. Back the other way, Patriots go. 1 minute gone by here in the second half. Here's Gary, left wing. Given some space is LaBranch. Now they get it around right wing for Gary. Here's LaBranch, top of the key. Bounce pass inside to Colvin-Selden, but because it was a no-look bounce pass, LaBranch fooled the defense, and he also fooled his teammate. Colvin-Selden was not ready for that. It goes out of bounds. Turnover for the Patriots. 17-point deficit here for the Bruins. Here's Bishop, spin move, but guarded well by Duncan. Still a strong layup by Bishop, but he can't get it to go. Couple of good moves by Colton Bishop here in the second half, just hasn't been able to finish close to the bucket. Down the other end, Patriots with the basketball. Here's Gary. Will Gary, bounce pass to Colvin-Selden along the baseline. Thought about a long-range jumper. Now goes one-on-one with Ingram. His pass is out of bounds, and 2 straight turnovers for the Patriots. A look of disgust on the face of Donnie Butcher. 2 minutes gone by here in the second half, 45-28. Still a 17-point lead for the Patriots. Bishop with the basketball, well outside the three-point arc. Guarded, double team now as Colvin-Selden comes out to guard him. Gets it inside, and the mid-range jumper for Marcus Ingram along the baseline is good. About a 10-footer for Marcus Ingram after Colvin-Selden had come out to guard at the top of the key. And it's 45-30. Here's the Patriots with the ball. LaBranch out top, guarded by Mix, but given some room. Here's Gary. Gary drives in. He's cut off. Gets it to Samuel. Samuel at the free throw line. Fadeaway. No good with 5 in the timer. Offensive rebound by Colvin-Selden, and now he's fouled. So that is the second foul in the half on the Bruins, and that'll be a baseline inbound and a new shot clock for the Patriots. And yet another foul called on the inbound, so that's Bishop who picks up his second. 3 fouls already here on the Bruins in the first 2.5 minutes. And we're going to get a substitution as Mahmoud Omar comes back into the game for the Bruins, replacing Marcus Ingram. So here's Bishop to inbound, and another foul called before the inbound. That's now 4 on the Bruins, 2 coming just here on the inbound. Finally, the Patriots get it in cleanly. An open 3 pulled down by Gary. Now here's Samuel, and an offensive foul. And another technical as the players come together again. We may get a double technical. It's Samuel and Bishop coming together on the floor. Referees were there to diffuse the situation, but the players are still chirping. They're still talking to each other as they're going to go down the other end. It's going to be a baseline inbound here. Definitely double technicals. Samuel is still chirping here. And again, we have players coming together, and Josh Howard comes out onto the floor. He has got to break this one up. He's going to get his players back to the bench. And maybe we'll get a timeout here. Yeah, we are. Timeout called by Donnie Butcher. It's a good timeout as he's going to try and get his players calmed down. We will try and sort this situation out, but first we will take a timeout with them. It's 45-30 Patriots lead here on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
USA, you were born to rage, so come on!
Rage. 1, 2, rage. 1, 2.
So come on!
So with 17-14 here in the ball game, we come out of the timeout, and we could definitely tell you that there were double technicals originally called on Colton Bishop and Bernard Samuel because it's Bruins basketball, so definitely double technicals were called. I don't believe there was anything called on that on the second scuffle, and Bishop was just stuffed by Malik Colvin Selden on a layup. He tried to give Colvin Selden a high five and was completely ignored. So 23 here still on the shot clock as Bishop went right in at the start of the possession. And he's going to be brought to the bench now, replaced by Antoine Robinson. Robinson to inbound. Robinson quickly into Carter. Carter driving baseline, shut off 2-on-1. It's going to stay with the Bruins as he lost the basketball, but it went out of bounds off the leg of Colvin Selden. So Carter will inbound here for the Bruins. 20 on the shot clock. He goes all the way out top to Glenn, and Glenn will reset things. Glenn gets a screen from Omar. He goes around the other side to the bucket. Layup no good. Omar trying to get the rebound, and he's called for the rebounding foul. So Mahmoud Omar with his second foul in the game, and that turns the ball over to the Patriots. The Bruins here still struggling offensively. 45-30. Duncan with the basketball. Gets it out top to LeBranch. LeBranch inside to Colvin Selden. One-on-one with Omar, and he puts it up cleanly around the treetops and in for two. Colvin Selden now has 13. Here's Tamir Glenn, one-on-one with Colvin Selden. Discard to Omar, and a short 8-footer is good. So Mahmoud Omar with his first points of the game, and it's 47-32. 16 minutes to go. Loose basketball. Gover saves it on the baseline, gets it back to Duncan, and now here to LeBranch. Back to Duncan, one-on-one with Carter. Drives in, cut off by two defenders, but a foul as he spills to the floor and will stretch his ankles. So Eric Duncan will go to the line again. Senior from Stockton, California. On the East Coast here to ply his trade in the NAIA, and will have two free throws. Already with a 15-point lead, the Patriots are going to leave any miss to be rebounded by the Bruins. First free throw is off the mark. Looks like Duncan still may be having an issue with one of his ankles as he was stretching it out after he fell to the floor on that layup attempt. But he looks to be okay. Second free throw, front iron, no good. So Duncan misses both. And the Bruins now will have it down 15, 16 minutes to go. Looking to cut into this lead. Here is Troy Mix into the ball game now as he fades away and hits a 15-footer near the right baseline, one-on-one. So two for Troy Mix, and the Patriots come down the other end. Not with their usual sense of urgency as we saw in the first half, holding a 13-point lead now, and a timeout called by Taylor Gover. We'll take it as well. 15:41 to go here in the first half. A 13-point lead for the Patriots on the Bruin Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
Sacrifice. Ambition. Loyalty. Pride. Drive.
.41 to go here in the second half. Patriots basketball up 13 after a mid-range jumper by Troy Mix, who is looking to get into double figures now. Taylor Gover with the basketball outside the three-point arc, drives in, then kicks back out to LeBranch. LeBranch one-on-one with Mix, hands off to Gary. Gary goes into the lane. Now back out to Gover. Three is too short. Offensive board by LeBranch, and they reset. Gary one-on-one with Robinson. He drives in and is fouled. Robinson not happy with that call. But two shots here for Will Gary. Already the 8th foul on the Bruins in this first half with not even 5 minutes gone by. First free throw for Gary is good. Kyle Bond with you here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Will Gary for his second of two, already made the first. That one is off. 1 of 2 for Will Gary at the line. 48-34, a 14-point lead for the Patriots. Here's Glenn. He gives to Mix, just caddy corner, top of the key. Mix drives in on LeBranch, shut off. Now hands it to Glenn, and Glenn will reset. 15 on the shot clock. Gets a screen from Omar. Pick and roll. It's a 3 from Glenn. Air ball too short. For some reason, the Patriots save it, but to a teammate. So here's Gover across the timeline, guarded by Glenn. Gover switches hands, drives in. Nice bounce pass inside to Eason, who's off the bench, but he's fouled on his layup attempt, which was off the mark, no good. Gover drove in and shoveled a bounce pass to Eason, who was just to his right. Had an easy layup, missed it, but was fouled. So Leroyce Eason off the bench with 1 of 2. Makes the first and has the second coming up. Second for Eason. Squats, throws, and it's good. So 2 for Leroyce Eason. Those are his first points of the ball game. 50-34. Glenn tries to hand it off to Robinson. Almost lost the basketball on good defense by Kashif English. Robinson guarded almost near the midcourt line. Finally gets a screen from Omar. Still dribbling is Robinson, and he falls to the floor. A foul on Kashif English. That's his 4th. The players are coming together again, and now English gets a technical. That's his 5th. Not only is that his 5th foul, which would disqualify him anyways, but it's his 2nd technical. So Kashif English has been thrown out of the game. He's still on the court looking at the refs. And the referees are instructing both teams to their bench. With 14:24 to go in the ball game, it's 50-24 Patriots. And I believe the referees were signaling that Kashif English is done for the game. He's still in the team huddle here, and the referees are talking to some of the more experienced players for the Patriots, including Taylor Gover, a redshirt senior. So English will head to the bench. And technical free throws here for Nash Carter. He hits the first. And he hits the second. That will make it 50-36. And the Bruins will hold the basketball as well. Inbounding here is Tamir Glenn. In for the Patriots. Trying to figure out who came in for Kashif English. Looks to be their starting lineup minus English plus LeBranch. Here is Nash Carter, right wing, gets it inside to Omar. Floater is good, and the foul. Mahmoud Omar received the ball at the right low block and just put up a floater without the use of the glass, and he's fouled by Leroyce Eason. The free throw for Omar, front iron, back iron, and good. So Omar completes the three-point play. It's 50-39. We have a substitution. Duncan into the game for the Patriots for Leroyce Eason, who didn't realize he had to come off, now finally does. Patriots inbound, some token pressure from the Bruins, but they back off into the half court. 50-39, crowd is excited as the Bruins are down by just 11. Here's Gover, top of the key, driving one-on-one with Robinson, kick out to Duncan. Duncan splits defenders, floater no good. Offensive rebound attempted by Colvin Selden, but he's fouled, and the Bruins are unhappy with the call. Foul is on Robinson, that's his 3rd. And that's already the Patriots into the double bonus with 6 minutes gone by here in the second half. A stunning total. Meanwhile, the Patriots have only been called for 5 fouls. 2 of those were technicals. So here's Colvin Selden at the line. First free throw is good. 15 for Colvin Selden. I can't say I've ever seen this kind of foul count so early in a half. We have a timeout here for the Bruins, so we'll get the second free throw when we come back. 51-39, Patriots on top here on the road. 14:02 to go in the second half on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
Rage. 1, 2, rage. 1, 2.
second half, and the Bruins still with some work if they want to come back in this one. Malik Colvin-Selden is going to have a second at the free throw line, up 51-39 out of the timeout here by the Bruins. Head coach Josh Howard trying to figure out a way to come back in this one, despite the fact his opponents are in the double bonus with 14 minutes to go in the half. So the foul count is going to be an issue for the Bruins moving forward. Colvin-Selden's second is good. And 14 minutes to go here, 52-39, a 13-point deficit for the Bruins. They're going to need some outside shooting to come back to this one. Here's Carter. Gets it into Omar at the free throw line. Dribbles in on Colvin-Selden, can't get his layup to go, and it's rebounded by Malik. So the Patriots have the ball back up 13. Quickly down the other end, Duncan hands off to Gary. Gary backs down Carter and puts up the floater. It's good. 54-39. Here is Glenn. Glenn dribbling one-on-one with Colvin-Selden. Gets Colvin-Selden to fall down, but he can't get the layup to go. And the rebound tipped out of bounds by the Bruins. It'll be Patriots ball. Good move by Tamir Glenn, just spinning left, spinning right, spinning left, and got Colvin-Selden back on his heels. Just could not finish the shot. It's pretty much been the story for the Bruins here so far this afternoon. 20 on the timer. Gover with the basketball standing on the ear of the Bruins logo in midcourt. Here's Colvin-Selden to LeBranch, guarded one-on-one by Mix at the top of the key. They get it inside to Colvin-Selden, guarded by Omar, but Colvin-Selden goes up over the top of Omar for two. Malik Colvin-Selden with 18, and it's 56-39. Antoine Robinson behind the back pass to Nash. Carter out top. Carter here to Glenn. The three guards trading the basketball. Glenn trying to get away from his defender, Will Gary. Gets it to Robinson. Robinson right wing. Dribbles in one-on-one with Duncan. Step back floater is good. Just off of the block. Antoine Robinson has two. And it's 56-41. Duncan. Here's LeBranch. LeBranch to Gover. Now to Colvin-Selden. Drives baseline on Omar, and his reverse layup is good. A smile on the face of Malik Colvin-Selden, who's been able to do anything he wants so far here in the second half. It's now even a larger lead here for the Patriots, 58-41. Robinson drives across the free throw line, kicks back out to Glenn. Glenn gets a screen from Omar, who wants pick and roll. Glenn doesn't give it to him. Now bounce pass to Omar, one-on-one with Gary. That's a mismatch. First shot doesn't go, gets his own board, and is fouled trying to put it back. So two shots here for Mahmoud Omar. Scoreboard now says 59-41. First one is good for Omar. Second coming for the Bruins big man, who has played well here this afternoon, just has not been able to finish at the rim. He comes off now after making the second for Marcus Ingram. It's 59-43. Full court press here for the Bruins, but not legit full court press as DeAndre Moore into the game for the Bruins just backs off on Gover. Here's LeBranch around to Will Gary well outside the three-point arc. They go into Colvin-Selden. Colvin-Selden backing down Marcus Ingram, and he puts it up for two more. Over the 20-point mark to 22 now for Colvin-Selden, 61-43. Mix, nice bounce pass, but Glenn couldn't handle it inside. Holds on. Three-pointer from the top of the key for Robinson is good. Antoine Robinson, his first three of the afternoon at 61-46. Patriots with the lead in the ball. Here's Gover. Gover throws it cross court to LeBranch. One-on-one now with Mix Out top, Gary, back around to LeBranch, fakes the three from the left corner, bounce pass to Colvin Selden is out of bounds. Colvin Selden points to himself, says, I should have been looking for that. He wasn't. And the pass skips harmlessly over the baseline. So Bruins basketball down 15 with 10:28 to go here in the second half. Tamir Glenn, one-on-one with Gover, hands off to Moore. Moore now hands off to Robinson, and they draw the foul. The foul on Will Gary, his third. And that's 1-1 as the Bruins are now into the single bonus. So Antoine Robinson will go to the line. Now the referee's discussing something at the scorer's table with head coach of Cumberland's Donnie Butcher. Butcher having a conversation with one of the referees. I think they're trying to figure something out on the sidelines. It seems to be, not heated wouldn't be the right word, but contested. Donnie Butcher just sitting on the end of the scorer's table trying to sort something out with the scorer's table. So a break in the action here. 10:20 on the clock. 61-46 the Patriots lead. I think they're trying to figure out the foul count. That would be my best guess as to what Donnie Butcher is concerned about here. Now, two of the referees are having to chat with Butcher. It may be how many fouls are on each player for the Patriots because Donnie Butcher trying to figure out who he's going to put in the game. Bernard Samuel comes into the game. It's Samuel, Gover, LeBranch, Duncan, and Colvin Selden. So Will Gary will have a seat. For the Bruins, Glenn in the backcourt right now. Then in the front court, Moore, Ingram, and Robert Neal into the game, plus Antoine Robinson at the line. Neal into the game with 4 fouls. Robinson makes the first, earns the second. Neal has sat for much of this second half due to that foul count. Second for Robinson, back iron no good, and it's boarded by 2 Patriots who got in each other's way. Finally, they sort it out. Duncan will bring the ball across the timeline, and now the Patriots set up a half-court offense. Here's LeBranch out top. They float it into Colvin Selden, but he's triple-teamed and can't collect. Robinson quickly down the other way, goes coast-to-coast layup too strong. Robinson had the basket there, just a little bit overhyped. 61-47 to score, 9:50 to go in the ballgame. Here's Samuel. Samuel to Duncan. Duncan guarded by Moore. LeBranch around the horn to Samuel. Samuel floats it into Colvin Selden, and he puts it up over Neal for 2 more. Colvin Selden just having his way down low. 63-47. Gover guarding Glenn, one-on-one. Glenn hands off to Robinson. Robinson here to Moore. Antoine Robinson earning a large playing share off the bench here in the second half. Here's Glenn, 10 on the shot clock. Gets a screen. Good defense. They bounce it inside, and the mid-range floater is good for Marcus Ingram, who took about an 8-footer from the mid-block. And it's 63-49 on the scoreboard right now. Gover with the ball. 15 on the shot clock. Patriots trying to kill some time. Gover drives in on Moore. His no-look pass is stolen. Robinson goes 2-on-1 down the other end. Bounce pass to Glenn. It's good. In transition, Tamir Glenn with 2. 63-51, 8:38 to go. The home crowd trying to smell some kind of a comeback here. They're down by 12. The Bruins were down 16 at the half. They've been able to find some kind of an answer offensively in transition. LeBranch drives in. He wanted the dunk, but was fouled by Marcus Ingram, who thought he had a block. Ingram went up to challenge LeBranch, who was soaring for a tomahawk slam. And the referees have blown the whistle, so that's 2 at the line here for LeBranch. Bruins trying to sort out who they want in the ball game. First one for LaBranche is good. It's the third foul, by the way, on Marcus Ingram. Second for LaBranche is all net. So 5 points on the day for Trayvon LaBranche off the bench. It's 65-51. Feels like every time these Bruins start to mount some kind of a comeback to get it to single digits, they find themselves with an unfortunate situation down on the defensive end. Here's Robinson with a floater across the block and in, 65-53. Antoine Robinson starting to take over offensively for the Bruins. LaBranche to Duncan in the right corner, guarded by Robinson. Here's Colvin Selden, now drives in and puts up the layup for two. So Malik Colvin Selden now at 26, 67-53. Here's Colton Bishop back into the game for the Bruins. Robinson, bounce pass inside to Ingram, who was stuffed by Colvin Selden. The home fans want a foul there. Referee doesn't budge. 67-53. Samuel drives in, kicks out to Gover. He thought about a really long three, decides not to. Now drives around baseline, kicks out to Duncan for three, high off the iron, and it goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Patriots as Robinson tipped it. .06 on the clock, 67-53. Patriots with a 14-point lead. Hasn't been as pretty for the Patriots here in the second half as it was in the first half, or maybe not pretty, but hasn't been as dominating as the Bruins have found an answer offensively, but still have just not been able to get over the hump. Duncan out top, driving through four players. He's stuffed by Omar. Down the other end, here's Carter. He goes all the way, charge called. As down goes Gover in the restricted area. But the referees are gonna say that Carter was out of control down the other end. That was an opportunity in transition for the Bruins after the monstrous block by Mahmoud Omar. 6:45 on the clock, 67-53. Patriots with the lead in the ball. 20 on the shot clock. Duncan over to Gover, who fumbles the basketball over his head just a bit. Now loses it, tapped out by Robinson. It'll stay with the Patriots. Robinson having some choice words for Gover here on the sideline as it gets a bit loud here in the gymnasium. Inbound to Duncan. Duncan out top, guarded by Nash. Nash around a screen. Now over to LaBranche on the pick and roll. Into Colvin Selden. Couldn't hang on for a moment. He goes up and a foul called. Robinson is absolutely furious, as it seems like every bit of contact being called on the Bruins here down low. The Patriots were into the double bonus with 14 left here in the second half, and the referees continue to blow their whistle. Two more at the line for Malik Colvin Selden. First free throw way too short, no good. Colvin Selden walks all the way across the midcourt line before coming back for his second free throw. Second one no good as well, and ball don't lie for the Bruins. Robinson with the basketball, 67-53. 6:10 to go in the ball game. Robinson calling a play, gets a screen out top from Nash. Now he gets it over to Nash, guarded closely by Samuel. Nash, left wing, dribbling, left, right, left, drives in across the baseline. He's stuffed by the underside of the rim. It goes out of bounds, but will stay with the Bruins, 10 on the timer. Patriots gonna make a substitution. In comes Leroyce Eason for Bernard Samuel. Bruins down by 14. Colton Bishop to inbound the ball. 6 minutes to go exactly. Bishop trying to find someone. Here's Nash, guarded closely by Gover. Nash wants to get it into Omar, but it skips past Omar's hand. Now quickly down the other end goes Duncan. His layup in transition off the side of the backboard, and Robinson brings it down. Robinson, dump off to Omar is good. Too easy for Antoine Robinson, and Mahmoud Omar in transition at 67-55. And again, the Bruins close to getting this one within double digits, or within single figures. 67-55. If they can get a stop here, they have a chance to get it within 10 or 9. Colvin Selden backing down Marcus Ingram. Long-range floater comes off the rim. LeBranch had a chance for an offensive rebound, but Omar beats him out. Here's Robinson over the timeline. Gets a screen, goes in. It's blocked off the backboard, but Omar has the offensive board and puts it back. 67-57, 10-point ball game, under 5 minutes to go. And the crowd here at Piedmont International is up. They're smelling a comeback, still down 10. Gover, Duncan, right wing. Duncan guarded by Robinson, drives in. Omar, hands up, can't get the block, and it rolls in. So 2 for Eric Duncan. And here comes Robinson slowly across the timeline. It's a 12-point ball game, and Josh Howard wants a timeout. So the Bruins going to take a moment to think things over here. 4:28 on the clock. Bruins down by 12. Still a significant margin, but Piedmont feeling it here in the second half if they can just get a break or two with the whistle. 69-57 is the score. We'll be right back on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
So come on!
We're back here, real quick timeout, and a substitution for the Patriots as in comes Eric Duncan, who was having a chat with his coach. Not a substitution, just we're down a man. So Bruins with the ball, down 12. Kyle Bond here with you in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, on the campus of Piedmont International, with the Bruins down by 12, trying to come back, 4:17 to go. Here's Nash Carter. Carter up with it, no good, but a foul. That's the whistle. The Bruins have been called for down the other end, but have not been able to get the calls on the offensive side. So a break goes their way. Nash Carter to the line. First one is up and good. Bit of a relaxed free throw motion here from Nash Carter, who had 28 points last night. Bruins trying to find something left in the tank here after 2 games in 2 days. Second one is good as well. So Carter gets the Bruins back within 10. They need a stop. 69-59, 4:10 on the clock. The Patriots will likely try to bleed some off the timer before they put a shot up. Gover to Duncan. Duncan in the right wing. Here's LeBranch. LeBranch guarded by Ingram, but given some space. Bounce pass to Gover, who's guarded tightly by Carter. Gover drives across. Carter strips it out, and a foul called. A foul called on Nash Carter, trying just to grab a loose ball, while Taylor Gover, no, okay, all right. Gover was called for the foul, as it should be. That would have been a hideous call, as Carter was just scrambling trying to get to the basketball after poking it free from Taylor Gover. So Gover called for the foul correctly, and Carter will go to the line. He has a chance to cut this to single digits. Down on the other end, Marcus Ingram having a chat with Mahmoud Omar about how to figure this one out. 1-and-1, no good. So Carter fails to get the Bruins within single digits, still a 10-point game. Here is Colvin Selden with it out top. LeBranch. LeBranch gets it back from Duncan. Gover. Right corner, here's Samuel. It's just around the three-point arc, back and forth for the Patriots. 7 on the shot clock. Screen from Colvin Selden. Now he gets out top. 3 on the timer. Tries to drive in. Loses the basketball. And it's a shot clock violation. The ball was loose on the floor. They gave it to Colvin Selden, their big presence down low, but they gave it to him outside the three-point arc with 3 seconds left on the timer. Great defense by the Bruins, and again a chance to get it back into single digits. 3:18 on the clock. Game clock a bit of an enemy now for the Bruins. Still down by 10. Great finish here at Piedmont. Quick 3 by Carter, front iron, no good. And we have a foul off the ball called on the Patriots. There's a shoe on the floor as well. That looks to be Omar's. And the Bruins will have 2 shots, I believe. So a foul off the ball. Colvin Selden had a free rebound. There was nobody there to board the miss for the Bruins, but a foul called right in front of the Bruins bench. Here is Mahmoud Omar for 2 shots. First one is good as the Bruins are into the double bonus. It is now a 9-point deficit, so the Bruins finally get it back to single digits. Omar will have one more. 69-60. Second one is good as well. 69-61. Bruins trail by 8. Still time to come back. 3:06 on the clock. Full court pressure here from Piedmont. Carter momentarily thought he had a steal, and now Gover is able to get it away, and Carter smashes into Gover, trying to set a pick, and they call a moving pick. So Nash Carter called for the foul in the backcourt. I think Gover wants an intentional or a flagrant here because it looked like Carter was trying to set a football block like a lineman and just pummeled into Taylor Gover. There's a lot of chirping going on, fans involved, the benches having some words with each other. Gover will be at the line here. 69-61 your score. First one is good. Second one is good as well. So Gover brings it back to a 10-point lead for the Patriots with 2:54 to go. Here is Glenn. Glenn calling for a screen, doesn't get it. Hands it off to Carter. Carter guarded by Gover, dribbles in across the three-point arc, tries to drive along the low block, and he's fouled. He's fouled on the discard. Well, it doesn't matter whether this is a shooting foul or not. He went up. It looked like he was trying to find a pass, but it's 2 shots either way. Both teams having words with the referee. And Nash Carter needs to come to the sidelines for a quick towel wipe before he comes to the line. 2:40 left in the ball game. 71-61, Patriots lead. The Patriots have led by double digits since midway through the first half. Carter's free throw is good, and it's back down to a 7-point deficit for the Bruins. One more here for Nash Carter. It's good. 71-63. The Bruins trail by 8. They're going to need a stop or a turnover at some point. Full court press. Bishop grabs it away. It's off to Glenn. Glenn here out top for Bishop. He drives in, finds Robinson outside the three-point arc. Big opportunity here for the Bruins, but Carter loses the basketball under the hoop, and Gover comes away with it. So the Bruins get a huge steal in the backcourt on the full court press, but they can't capitalize offensively, still down by 8. 2:15 to go. Here's Duncan, drives in on Glenn, all the way to the hoop. Layup off the mark, but Colvin Selden there to board the miss and put it up for 2. 73-63 the score. Here's Carter. Carter across the timeline. Bruins probably have to start thinking about a couple of threes here at this point. Down by 10, under 2 minutes to go, and a foul off the ball is called on Colvin Selden, trying to find position with Mahmoud Omar. So 2 shots here for Omar. Offense not the issue right now for the Bruins like it was in the first half. The issue is defense. They've got to get a stop, or a couple of stops actually. Referees are waiting for the Bruins to finish their chat on the sidelines with head coach Josh Howard. And we've got a timeout. So with 1:52 to go in the ball game, a 10-point deficit here for the Bruins, 73-63. Mahmoud Omar will be at the line to shoot 2, and we'll take it as well. 1:52 on the clock in the ball game here on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live. So the timeout was taken by Cumberland's as head coach Donnie Butcher wanted to set up an offensive play. Mahmoud Omar is at the line for the Bruins, shooting 2. It's 73-63, Patriots on top. Omar's first is good. He's probably going to need both of these. Still plenty of time left, but the Bruins need a stop or 2. Next one is off the mark, no good. Too short for Omar. 73-64, 9-point lead for the Patriots. Here is Duncan driving one-on-one with Bishop. Bishop playing great defense here down the stretch. He had that steal in the full court press as well. Colvin Selden backing down a defender, and he is stuffed by Mahmoud Omar. Tamir Glenn went down too. He took an elbow. There was no call, and then Omar obliterated Colvin Selden's shot. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Patriots ball. Inbound over the top to Colvin Selden, and he throws down the alley-oop on the inbound. A highlight reel dunk from Malik Colvin Selden puts the Patriots up 11. A high-energy play here quiets the crowd momentarily. The Bruins with the basketball down 11, 1:20 to go. Nash Carter guarded by Colvin Selden up top. He tries to go in for the layup. It's blocked by Colvin Selden, saved out of bounds by Duncan, and then Duncan is fouled by Bishop. He and Bishop high five and exchange a smile or two. 1:08 on the clock, and things start to look bleak here for the Patriots. Excuse me, for the Bruins. The crowd here at Piedmont International has not relented. So credit to the home fans. Duncan is at the line for 2. Head coach Donnie Butcher just trying to instruct his players where to go. First one for Duncan is good. And he'll have another. Second one also good. 78-64. Check that, 77-64 is your score. 13-point lead for the Patriots. Here Robinson, nice shovel pass to Omar, but he's fouled. Omar's layup off the mark. It rolled off the back iron, and he'll go to the line for two. Wonderful drive and dish by Antoine Robinson, who has been probably the best player offensively here in the second half for Piedmont. First free throw by Omar rattles out. Under a minute to go. 13-point lead for the Patriots. Second free throw is good. Omar makes one of two. Just a couple ticks under a minute. Full court press here from the Bruins. Duncan gets it off to LeBranch, and they break easily. LeBranch, double team now outside the three-point arc. They get it over to Samuel. Samuel goes all the way to the bucket, misses his layup, and it's brought down by Troy Mix. Mix, they're trying to press it, get some points here before the final buzzer. Mix, one-on-one with Eason. Off to Robinson. Robinson splits two defenders, shovels it off to Omar. Omar can't hold on. He drops the basketball, ball on the floor, bodies everywhere, and Coleman Selden comes out with it. Comes Duncan across the timeline, and the Bruins will not foul. The Patriots know they've got this one in the bag. Duncan guarded by Glenn. He's going to dribble it out. There's still 2 seconds more on the game clock than the shot clock, and now they turn the shot clock off anyways. Duncan tries to drive, falls down. Long range two is good at the buzzer for Trayvon LeBranch, and that will do it. 5.4 left in the ball game. The Bruins will go the other way. Long three is no good for Tamir Glenn, and the ball game is over. 79-65 is your final score. We'll come back and have post-game for you. We'll chat with head coach Josh Howard in a moment here on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
Yeah. Low. Yeah. 360 in the contract, never that. I just take the contact, I bring it back. I'm running on the fast break, behind the back. Yeah, this that penny with the shack.
The fees passing me the rock, it might not get it back. They never gave a hand, now they wanna give me that. I don't know where you been, I got fear of God, ain't no fear of man. These them air minios, yeesh, need a pair of them.
LA, man, I feel like magic. LA, I can't stand the traffic. West side for the vacation. Yeah, Westbrook on the isolation.
Yeah. So New York City gotta keep it Mickey Mantle, the bubble jacket with the periwinkle camo, From Argentina, it's a military issue, And Lloyd said don't mix the pitbull with the shit, so don't do it.
I just threw it off the backboard. Game winner, I'm the one they asked for. Magic. I need meditation.
6 deep, Peter Luger made the reservation.
Pass the check right in, no hesitation.
Spotify to show the kid love. I'm like, what a week. Everybody trying to get my plug number for the years. I told my love, baby, we should leave. Then we go and get the fun. That's that Vietnamese. Yeah, so shout out all the single mothers, 2 jobs, 3 kids. I call that a triple-double. Call plays in the huddle. God, I'm in trouble. Shorties want me sub 'em in, and they sure ain't being subtle.
Well, now the hometown kids finally took the tour foreign. I don't never ever chase dreams, man, I stalk them. Yeah. Low. Yeah. 360 in the contract, never that. I just take the contact, I bring it back. I'm running on the fast break, behind the back. Yeah, this that penny with the shack.
That's what it takes to be a Bruin.
Welcome back here at Piedmont International University. Kyle Bond with you, joined by head coach Josh Howard. Coach, thanks for taking some time with us. You guys had some energy there in the second half, a double-digit deficit for most of the game, but you brought it back, cut it within single digits. What did you change there in the second half that got your offense going a little bit more?
Well, I just challenged the guys to come out and play harder. I knew it was tough coming back in this game and playing as early as we did today after the last night's big victory. So it was an emotionally draining game for us last night. But overall, like I told my guys, if we can come together and put in a good run and show that we do want to compete with them, the basketball game will take care of itself. Now, unfortunately, we didn't win, but the guys showed a lot of heart.
It seemed like the size of Cumberland's seemed to be an issue, at least in the first half. Malik Colvin-Selden was giving you guys some problems down low. Did you change anything at halftime to try and defensively guard him a little bit more?
Not just to be honest, I just tried to go man-to-man with him, try to put my most aggressive defender on him, and just told him to stay solid on him. You know, at this point, you know, we wasn't the tallest team out there, so we knew we was going to give up points. But at the same time, like I said, I challenged those guys to come and play hard.
The key for that comeback there in the second half seemed to be the defense, that you went full court press, got maybe a couple turnovers there, and then down the other end rebounding as well.
Yes, sir.
Talk about, you know, how you got the defense going there late in the second half.
Well, like you said it off gate, the full court press is something that I wanted to introduce in the second half. I wanted to do a little bit more in the first, but they had some big, strong guards that could break our press. So I think we wore them down, but it was a little bit too late.
One player who really played well, especially in that second half, Mahmoud Omar, gave you guys a jolt defensively and on the boards.
Yes.
Just talk to me a little bit about him and what you got from him tonight.
We got a lot out of Omar. You know, we're still teaching Omar the game. He's definitely a freshman freshman in college, so he's still learning. Of course, he needs to get stronger, but overall, just his athleticism and that nice, sweet, soft jump shot he has. I need more of that.
We saw it a couple times. You're absolutely right. Thanks very much, Coach, for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Cumberland's takes the ball game as Piedmont drops to 3-5. We'll be back to wrap things up here on the Bruin Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.